Hey everybody, how are y'all doing? I am going to wait for you guys to get on. I know it takes a little bit for the stream to drop. How are you guys doing on this amazing day? It is beautiful out here. It is so nice. Look, it is so nice. It's a beautiful blue day. Hopefully I don't get eaten by live bedbugs. So if this is your first time here, leave a message in the chat. So, Derek is actually at the Warriors Conference today, having fun with some of our Brotherhood from Revive. They're in New Hampshire, so super excited for them, and hopefully they come back with some cool words. So I'm kind of going off Derek's message in the last couple weeks, or the last couple days he's been doing. He was been in Genesis on Abraham's and then story, and then going into Jacob and Esau. So, and hopefully I'm close enough to my house so I don't lose Wi-Fi. So if I'm glitchy, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm outside, and I'm hopefully away enough from some of the loud motorcycles that were around. But anyway, so my title today that you saw, what happens, or what do you mean there's still more storms? So if you saw in the book of Genesis where Derek left off yesterday, he had just had restoration between him and Esau. And they both went their own ways. They both set up their own. Esau went out and set up his own land. Jacob went the other way with all his livestock. And then the next chapter, it goes into about, I believe it's chapter 34. And it goes about how there was this king named Hamor. He ended up seeing one of Jacob's daughters. I believe her name was Diana. He ended up raping her, and then he cast her aside. And then his son actually had set his eyes on another one of Jacob's daughters, and the king went to Jacob like, hey, let's come together, and livestock, and let my son have your daughter. And Jacob's like, sons was the ones who were kind of dealing with this. He's like, well, you have to become a circumcised man for you to have our sister. So long story short, basically they tricked the king and the son. They first gave them the daughter. All the men in the city became circumcised, and the brothers, while the men were all circumcised in pain and resting, the brothers went in and killed all the men and took back the sister. And of course, Jacob's like, what did you do? Why'd you do this? And they're like, well, why should we leave our sister there when they treated him like a prostitute? So, and then you go into the next chapter. So first you have restoration, then you had another storm, and then you go into the next chapter where God comes to Jacob and he says, go to Bethel, make an altar for me there. And that's where he gives him the new name of Israel. And that basically saying the same thing to Abraham. I'm going to make you, your children, rule the nations and make sure you're going to have a huge family. And so after that, the next chapter goes into Joseph's story, where of course, Joseph he wore the coat of many colors. He was Jacob's, aka Israel's, favorite child because he got him in an old age. And Joseph was one of God's chosen. Of course, we can go down that whole other line where Joseph was now the favorite child, which we all know. Parents, you don't choose favorites because this is what happens. And the rest of Joseph's brothers were jealous of him, and he would constantly tell him about dreams about he was going to be the ruler of them, so, and they're going to be bowing down to him. And it ended up that Joseph's brothers tried to kill him. This is in chapter 37 of Genesis. And he, instead of killing him, one brother came and says, please, let's not kill him, let's sell him. And they sold him off to Egypt. So the basis of what I wanted to get to you guys was, even after something great happens and restoration happens, there's always another storm coming your way. And I don't know where, I'm pretty sure Pastor Sean said it. I know Derek said it. I have no idea where they got it from, but where it says either you're walking into a storm, you're in a storm, or you're walking out of a storm. And so through all of it, and it's like the Old Testament, it's all lessons, and we can take that same lesson from the Abraham, Isaac, Esau, Jacob, all of them, and show that the lessons they had, that they have storm and restoration, storm, restoration. It's the same thing that we have to go through. So you might say you've been going through a great time and you're like, I don't want to go through a storm. But no one's coming your way, because that's just life. With the devil, he will come at you from the forwards, but sometimes he likes to come from behind. He likes to come from behind a lot, actually. So you got to be prepared for that. Just like Job, I've been reading the book of Job, and Job has been put through all of these curses and all of these famines and all this stuff happening to him. He's losing everything. And it wasn't because God was doing it to him. God just lifted the hedge of protection just to prove a point to the devil that no matter what storms come our way, he will use it for his glory. So just like in Genesis, all the lessons was, here's a storm, here's how God used it for his glory. Here's another storm, here's how God uses it for his glory. So keep up the faith. But even if you're going through a storm right now, maybe you don't know how life's going, maybe you don't know where you're getting notes from the doctors, or you're getting bad news, or you're going through a rough marriage, and you're in that storm, know that God is going to use it for his glory. You just got to get out of it. Use the Old Testament as the lessons that they are. That's the glory of the Old Testament. Everyone keeps trying to think sometimes that we are in the Old Testament, we got to do everything legalistically like the Old Testament does. We don't. We have the grace of Jesus on our side. No longer do we have to do this, but the Old Testament is there for lessons. That's why we look back and you see all the lessons in Genesis. It keeps going with the lessons from Genesis is what we are going through today. So when you read that Old Testament, take the lessons out of it. That's why Jesus spoke in parables, because there's always a lesson within the word. And we don't want to repeat the past. But like I said, use the lessons from the Old Testament. Use what Genesis gave us between Abraham, Isaac, Esau, Jacob, and now into Joseph, if Derek keeps going into that, where life is going to throw a curveball at you. But we got to think every time life throws how is God going to use that for his glory? So that's all I wanted to talk to you guys. I see some people on, sorry, I'm using Restream too. So it's my first time using Restream on the cell phone. So if I don't see you, I just want to love you all. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this has blessed you. Again, we will see you next Monday, but remember this Sunday at 9/11, we have Derek, and we have all sorts of fun stuff going on. And still, if you would like to help us on the 29th of May, First Serve Day, text word volunteer, please, so then we can get you signed up to 802-444-0655. I will see you all next week on my What's Up Wednesday. Love y'all. Bye.